You've been asking for a long time and they're finally here. We have the UniFi 5G Max, the UniFi 5G Max Outdoor and the UDR 5G Max. But we'll talk about the latter two in another video. Today we're going to be talking about the 5G Max. This is going to be the first product available at launch in the UniFi setup, and this comes in at $399. As always, let's start with what comes inside the box and then we'll have a physical look. So we have the 5G Max itself. We have a desktop stand which sits nicely, so we can see there's a cable that comes down the back and comes through and sits up, and that's going to be sitting in nicely just in here like so. We have a couple of mounting options. We have two wall mounts, one that you can stick to the back of your wall like this, and then another one that you can screw into the wall using this. We have this, which is our standard documentation that comes in all the packages, so we'll pop that to the side, we don't need that. And then we have some screws and a level that you've come to see. Enough about what comes inside the box, we're really here to talk about this. So what is it all about? This is the high performance 5G modem, specifically designed to be used with UniFi gateways to give you reliable 5G WAN. It powers from any PoE port, and if we take a look at the bottom right here at the physical connections, we have two nano SIMs, which you'll be happy to know one of them can be used as an eSIM, and then we have the PoE in and a reset button. So not only do you get yourself a redundancy in terms of 5G, but you also get yourself a redundancy in terms of dual SIM. Depending on what area you're in, if one network goes down, you have another one that will take over. And it auto adopts as a UniFi WAN interface. So let's give it a go. The best thing I love about this is where you can place this. You can keep it on your desk, behind you, you can put it next to a window, you can put it high on a wall, wherever you're going to get the most optimum coverage. So with this right here, it's going into a standard switch. I have the 8-port XG Pro, and we're going to plug this in like so, and let's see this power on for the first time. And you can see the U logo popping up right there. And you can see that just says starting. So let's give that a minute and let's jump into UniFi Network and see what this is all about. Let's start by getting a SIM card installed, and easy enough, we pop this up. And yes, I know it was probably easier to do this as I went along, but you live and you learn, right? So there's a nice little U branded SIM card in there. Don't know if you can see that, there you go, you should be able to see that now. Pop that to the side. I'm just going to take the one out of my phone for the time being. Then once you have your SIM card popped in, you can just pop it back into the tray, like so. And there we go, that SIM card inserted. And for anybody wondering, yes, this does have a gyroscope, so you can pop it upside down. And you can see that is now the right way. And then if I come back this way, you can see it's there. And it already says LTE O2 UK, so that's now set up, and there's 5G that's just activated on it, so we can see what that's there, and it's ready for adoption. So let's pull this cable back. In terms of adoption, we have it right here. We have the 5G Max, so we can click adopt. And there we go, 5G Max adopted to home. So we'll give that a moment, let it do its firmware update, and let's take a look at some of the settings within. So we can see now in UniFi Protect, we have it here, SIM1 primary is O2, it's connected, minus 99 dBm. I'm on my desk at the moment, I have my computer right next to me here. So we're gonna probably move it a little bit further away and do a speed test. But first you can see the second option we have right here is SIM2 if you have a SIM2, or you can activate eSIM. Now most eSIMs are going to give you a QR code for you to scan for it to ingest into your phone. You can do that by reading the QR code and it will give you the activation code for it. Or the most easiest option is to use your mobile app. It says right there, scan QR code. So literally you just click scan QR code and then it's going to ask for the QR code, which we can do right here. And that's scanned it, and you can see it's downloading the eSIM profiles. You can see this on the mobile app. So it just makes life a lot easier when using the mobile app, but there is a way that you can do it through the web browser as well. So two different options. So we'll let that download the eSIM profile and we'll come back in just a moment. So while that's downloading the eSIM profile, let's continue through. We have network override, DHCP static, all the standard stuff that you would expect. Restart device, locate manual firmware. Again, everything that you would expect to see. You can now see that SIM2 is obviously grayed out because we're using the eSIM. So you can't use two SIMs and an eSIM. It is one SIM and an eSIM, or it's two physical SIMs. It's not one or the other. So while we're waiting for the eSIM to finish, probably while I've mentioned that, it's probably finished already. Well, it's almost there, you go, failover standby there. So it's done anyway, but let's go over this quickly. So for those of you in the US, you'll be pleased to know that you can use this across all your networks. So AT&T, T-Mobile and Verizon is coming on the 29th of December. You can see down here. So what is the 5G Max? It's a high performance 5G modem to enhance your cloud gateway or UniFi gateway. How do I power it? You go into a LAN connection using PoE, or you can connect it to one of your WAN connections using a PoE adapter to make sure it has a direct connection. Entirely up to you. Yes, it does support 5G, and as I mentioned to you earlier, either 2 SIM cards or 1 SIM card and 1 eSIM, or you can just do 1 SIM card or just 1 eSIM. How many SIM cards can you use? I think I just answered that one. And then, does it work as a standalone device? No, you need a UniFi cloud gateway or a UniFi gateway. And then what the differences are between the two. If you want to have a little read of that, you can pop the screen. But basically, they are definitely 2 different devices for 2 different use cases. What makes this really interesting to me now is the fact that I have multiple redundancies in my WAN setup. So not only do I have 2 ISPs, I now have the 5G Max, which has 2 SIM cards in it. So should one network go down, I have another one to take over. So I have O2 as my primary, which is set up right there. And then I have Olilo. Big thank you to those guys who sent me out an eSIM. You can go and check this out. If you want to check out their website, go to mobile.olilo.co.uk, and I'll leave a link to them down in the description below, and they can provide you with an eSIM. And just to show you the flip side of it, if you wanted your eSIM to be your primary, you could simply just click on the eSIM and set it as your primary, and away you go. That's it. That's all you need to do, and it will then change that automatically to be your primary WAN. And just to show you this part right here, you have another WAN connection. We have the cellular connectivity, which you can see is currently my O2 one, but obviously if we'd flipped it the other way, it would be my Olilo one at this point. And we also have this information right here. So we have the U5G Max, and again, it shows me all the information in there. So let's put this now to the test. We're going to run a quick ping test just to 8.8.8.8, and I'll make that a little bit bigger so you can see what's going on there. And I'll also bring this down below, just down here, so we can see. And I'm going to go and pull both my internet connections. So I'm going to pull my Olilo one, and I'm going to pull my Virgin Media one. And we'll see how long it takes, and we'll have a look at what's happening within the system. And you can see straight away, my connection has, let's see, we dropped 1 ping. That's all we lost. You can see both my WAN connectivities are gone. Both my 2 WAN connections are gone right there. And you can see I literally have 1 ping that's been lost. And I guess this answers the question for anybody that wants to know, can you use this as a primary WAN connection? Seems like you can. So you can definitely make that happen if that's what you want to do. Now, in terms of what sort of speed we're going to get from this, I'm going to pop this next to my window. I don't think it's going to make too much of a difference. You can see it's minus 89 dBm at this point, and it seems to be the same at that point. But what I'm just going to do is go to my here, and you can see both of these are currently offline at the moment. It's not really made much of a difference in terms of the dBm. So if we just go to fast.com, let's just do a quick speed test, let that go off. So 54 meg. Not saying this is, I'm not sure I have the fastest 5G connection here. I'm just showing you what you can get from this. I'm not saying it's definitely the best that I have in the area, but this is what I've got at this point. So 93 megabits per second. This is rated to give you 2 gigabits plus in terms of download speed. So don't let my speed put you off that you're not going to get anything more than that. This is just me testing this right here. And then just for a final show and tell, we'll pop out SIM card 1, and then let's see if SIM card 2 takes over. So that's come off, and it did stop for a second, but you can see right here it's connected and we have a signal. So earlier, in terms of the speed, I mentioned some of the speeds. So obviously 5G NSA is a downlink of 3.4 gigabits per second. The SA is 1.8 gigabits per second and 1.6 gigabits per second for LTE. So it makes my 100 meg not look very good, but that's not the point of my failover. My failover was to have this as a backup. There are going to be other providers that will give you faster speeds and better speeds, but this is what I was getting in my use case. For anybody that wants to know more technical in terms of the bands, the frequency bands, they're all along here. You can go and check them out on the website. And while we're here, let's talk about some of the other devices. So while we're here, let's talk about a couple of the other devices. We have the UniFi 5G Max Outdoor. This is going to be an IP67 rated device that can be used outdoor. We can see here weatherproofing IPX6 or IP67. And we can see in terms of the speeds, it's going to give you very similar in terms of what you're getting with the UniFi 5G. And that one will come in at $459 versus the $399 for the standard one. And then we have the Dream Router 5G Max. Again, another one that a lot of people have been waiting for. It has the same performance built within, which is great. It just means you can take it somewhere, pop a 5G SIM card in, and you have UniFi on the go. I mean, you can't ask for much more than that. We have Wi-Fi 7, 10 gigabits, 4 ports in there, and 1 PoE port with SD card storage, so it runs all the UniFi apps. And if you want to see a few more mock-ups of it, there's some pictures right there. And then in terms of the technical, it supports the 4K, it supports 5 HD. And in terms of the technical, we have right here. So it looks very similar spec to the UDR that we have at the moment, but it has the 5G built into it. So I can definitely think of a few use cases that I'm going to be using this in, that's for sure. But let me know your thoughts down in the comments below what you think of this new UniFi 5G. Is it something you're going to replace some LTE devices with? Let me know down in the comments. And if you think there's something missing with the setup, again, let me know down in the comments. All the links are also down there as well. Also, you know what you need to do. I'm going to be bringing you a video on this, the 5G Max Outdoor, very soon. For now, this is Inside Wire, and I'll see you in the next one.